Void Station Delta Sigma Octavius, orbit above Charon, office of Inquisitorial Dispatch. Inquisitors are not trusting people. From an outsider perspective, this may make the decision of malleus radicals to use demons as living weapons rather odd. If they do not even trust each other, why do they trust demons? The answer is thus. They believe, however inaccurately, that demons are simple beasts, with predispositions that make them easy to control and manipulate. For that reason, it was perhaps those very radicals who had the easiest time accepting the fact the Emperor had merged with a warp beast. At the front of a Spartan conference room, a holopic cast of an astropath droned on, relaying the message of the High Lords. A pair of Inquisitors sat in at the opposite end of the table, watching in silence. The High Lord's message was well crafted, no doubt, carefully avoiding the possibility that the Emperor himself was a demon. Finally, the Elder Inquisitor cut the transmission off with a snort and a wave of his hand.
"Pure rubbish,"
he said. The young man stirred uncomfortably. His mentor, Avarus Valentine, was perhaps the loudest voice of the radicals, the man who was most open with his desire to use the weapons of the warp against their foes. There was some merit there, Jonas Haldebrandt admitted to himself, since demons could harm one another. After all, Korn had supposedly maimed Slanesh in such a way that he would never heal, once. But was the Emperor of such a mindset? "Why do you say that, sir?" he asked, diplomatically. Avarus grimaced.
"The Emperor is the most powerful being in this dimension. Why in the world would he need to summon a war beast and then use himself as a demon host?"
Jonas shifted uneasily.
It sounds more to me like the Emperor consumed the demon, rather than the other way around.
"Is that why the High Lords are all but declaring outright that the Emperor is now a 50-foot tall, 70-foot long, 260,000-pound beast?"
Avarus retorted dryly.
"No, my young friend. This is a possession, and no mistake. I can practically smell the High Lords lying."
But who's doing the possessing?
Jonas said doggedly.
He is a living god, as you yourself said. Who's to say that he isn't in control? Even the Grey Knights can reject demonic possession when tempted, and they're mere mortals.
Avarus was silent for a long moment.
"You're not wrong. But it would be foolish to ignore the possibility that the Emperor is no longer fully in control of his faculties. Certainly the Grey Knights don't."
Jonas winced.
I suppose. But do we really need to stoop to that level?
"Of course not,"
Avarus replied evenly.
"If I know Supreme Grand Master Drago, he's probably way ahead of us."